A $1 million bond, that's what's been set now in southern Indiana for a woman who has been charged for the death of a 6-month-old infant under her child care. We're talking about 35-year-old Brittany Baylor facing 2 felony charges that carry a maximum sentence of 80 years in prison. WHS 11's Jose Alonso and photojournalist Emma Gefter tell us more.
Walking into the courtroom in cuffs, Brittany Baylor being arraigned for the death of 6-month-old Eris Troy Edmondson.
I'm going to set bond as requested by the state at $1 million at this time.
The judge setting a high bond and mandating that if Baylor makes it, she will no longer be allowed to watch children. The Edmondson's family attorney says Baylor was watching children even after she allegedly killed their son.
There were some indications from some neighbors that it appeared that after this took place, that she continued to have children in and out of the home.
We asked the Indiana State Police why the arrest was made nearly 2 years after the crime was committed. They told us that they handed the case over to the Clark County prosecutor in September of that same year in 2022.
The nature of that evidence, it took some time to do it, but ultimately the conclusion was reached that it was appropriate to file these charges.
Baylor's defense, though, says it's unclear why it took so long to bring these charges.
But it is clear from the probable cause affidavit that the only documented injury that can be directly linked to somebody was after Ms. Baylor called 911.
In the affidavit, the detective says Baylor claimed an injury from an officer giving the child first aid could have caused the death, but the Clark County prosecutor sought medical results, which says otherwise.
We immediately commenced an investigation, and just as soon as we had received the information that we had requested to sort of wrap up that investigation, we filed the charges within days of receiving that.
Tragically, it's not the first case involving the death of a child ISP has had to investigate from 2022.
Cairo Jordan case was a nationwide case. It's heart-wrenching, but anytime a child is hurt, needless to say, when they pass away, it's hard. It's as a parent, you don't want to see those types of things happen.
With a bond set, Baylor walks out of the courtroom with a court date for June 18th. In Clark County, Jose Alonso, WHS 11 on your side.
By the way, within the state of Indiana, a person can provide child care at their home like Baylor did without a license, but only if they don't exceed a certain amount of children within that household.